Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Miles and Goggles Show. I'm your host, Miles. I've got my co-host, Goggles. How you doing today?
Good, I got the number right today, so that's a start.
We're off to a much better start than the last episode. Finally got some basketball back over the last few days.
It's been fun.
So much fun. We've had every team play at least one game. We've had the Sixers and Lakers play 2 games. They lost both games, but we can talk about that.
Oh yeah, the Sixers did lose both games.
Yes.
That's funny. How are the Sixers 0-2?
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go over today because, as we just said, every team has played at least once. So let's just get started. Goglin, what do you want to talk about first, whether it's a game, a team, or a player?
I think we need to start off with my apology. My first apology of the day, because I have like 8 I have to do.
Okay, first apology. I'll give you the floor.
Do I want to do this?
Gotta do it. You gotta do it. It's deserved. It's well deserved.
All right. I would like to apologize to James Harden because he's actually good again.
James Harden is back.
He's back.
2 games in.
I'm sorry for being mean to him.
2 games in, he's looked fantastic.
With that being said, next episode I'll probably have my James Harden Arizona State jersey on. I'm a fan wherever he goes. I've never talked anything bad about him.
Right.
I'm a big James Harden fan.
You guys can pull up the receipts if you want. But
go ahead.
But yeah, James Harden really
is back. He's looking like the best player in the NBA.
James Harden. I don't know about best player in the NBA, especially because they've lost both games.
Well, but that's because Joel Embiid is a garbage man.
Yeah, Embiid hasn't looked great yet, but we can get into that later as well.
As bad as Westbrook.
But yeah, James Harden, these 2 games, he's really been looking for his shot. Like a lot. Like I know when we were talking about when we were initially ranking these players and we were talking about Harden. Looking at his box scores from last season with the Sixers, he didn't attempt 20 shots in any game with the Sixers.
Done that twice.
He didn't shoot. He didn't score 35 in any game with the Sixers.
This is crazy. He shot 1 for 7 from 3 and only 4 free throws yesterday, and still had 31 points.
Because
that's crazy.
He was making a lot. He was doing a lot of his damage in the mid range, which
you
haven't seen in a long time.
If he adds that consistently to his repertoire, he's unstoppable on offense, I think.
That's how he played with the Rockets in his early years with Houston, playing more in the mid range, a little bit in the post. A little disappointed with the Sixers. Their finish in the game against the Bucks.
Yeah.
Mainly in the last minute, other than the last possession where he tried to draw the foul.
Get this guy some help.
They didn't give him the ball. They didn't give him the ball. That really frustrated me.
You could have also given it to Maxey or Harris, but I'm not giving the ball to Embiid, especially not when he's shooting 6 for 21.
Embiid was just bad yesterday.
He's been bad the whole season.
Yeah, 2 games. You can look at the stats.
the whole 2 games.
The whole 2 games.
I mean, in the last 2 games, they're combined negative 23 with him on the floor.
Yeah, they've
negative
looked
13 and negative 10. That's crazy.
They've looked better with Paul Reed.
MVP.
They've looked better with Paul Reed and Montrezl Harrell on the floor than Joel Embiid 2 games in.
He got clamped up by Noah Vonleh.
Yeah, in that game, and Brook Lopez. We got to give credit to Brook Lopez.
Brook Lopez
he
played
was
good.
amazing.
17 points.
And his defense.
4 rebounds.
Did he have any blocks?
He didn't have any blocks.
No, he had 2 blocks.
Oh, he had 2 blocks. I'm looking at.
Yeah.
It's early. I can't function. And he shot 4 for 12 from 3. Man.
Yeah, he was fine.
Who's letting him take 12 3-pointers, man?
Splash Mountain.
Oh my goodness! I mean, he was hitting 33%.
But yeah, an ugly game in the first half turned out to be a really competitive, fun game in the fourth quarter when the Sixers came back.
Giannis moving the ball a lot.
Giannis played well. He didn't really look to score that much, really.
I mean,
it was more
credits up to Bobby Portis, Grayson Allen, and Brook Lopez for picking up Drew Holiday's slack on offense
2 for 15 from the field.
Awful.
And probably the main defender on James Harden. But the Bucks getting the win, solid win for them over the Sixers for their first win. But the Sixers 0-2. We can get into the
They're
Celtics
a dumpster
game.
fire. They're terrible. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yes.
If Joel figures it out, this team is really good.
Because Tyrese Maxey and if they can get Harden and Maxey to play like this consistently, they will be fine. Like,
Who was guarding Giannis? Was it PJ Tucker?
yes,
Because honestly, he did a decent job. I mean,
as PJ Tucker does.
PJ Tucker. This is basically the Rockets, man. They got PJ Tucker and prime James Harden.
Yeah. Daniel House off the bench.
Daniel House off the bench.
Montrezl Harrell for the
Oh
Rocket.
man.
But do you want to get into the Celtics game a little bit? The Sixers Celtics.
Sure.
We can get more on the Celtics side of it because
Yeah. So, my first thing I have to say, I think the best offensive duo in the NBA right now, just from what I've seen, from how they gel together, is Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. 70 combined points.
35 points each.
That's crazy, and they were taking a lot better shots than they did last year. Like there's still sometimes like early in the play clock where they'll just go down and like chuck something up or something, and that's still a little bit rough. But like in terms of how they play together and like what they do, they looked fantastic, and that team is still they're back. Plus, adding Malcolm Brogdon off the bench to tear up the second units.
Oh yeah.
It's lethal.
I mean, you talk about a great team performance. That was the Celtics.
Marcus Smart was a good playmaker. He was getting people the ball when they needed it, and he was
Grant
also
Williams
he was
knocking
hitting his
down
threes.
threes.
I mean, the bench played well, and their ball movement almost every play. They would just drive down, and there would be 3 passes before a shot, unless Tatum and Brown wanted to ISO, which I thought that's perfect. If they play like that every night, like they're golden. But they also do need to be careful with the fouls. Because that's something I noticed right away.
Yeah, I mean, we complain about the Sixers foul drifting, whatever
Joel
you want to
Embiid
call it.
is
their
a
foul
baby.
drawing. But, I mean, there were a lot of fouls that were warranted. We
Yeah.
just don't like that they're called. And, I mean, also, the Celtics and the Sixers, they had the same amount of free throws. And the Sixers actually had more fouls than the Celtics, which wouldn't expect from watching the game. But it was a very physical first half. We had the little altercation between Embiid and Smart and Brown at the beginning of the second half.
Embiid tried to like break that dude's arm.
Yeah,
I was like,
it
man.
brought back Kelly Olynyk, Kevin Love
Like,
vibes a little
if
bit.
you're a superstar like that, you can't be doing that.
And
And I mean, Marcus Smart, rightfully so, like got mad.
yeah.
Because he had him like in an armbar basically, and then like just tried to yank it off.
But yeah, the Celtics, something I noted to start, because the Sixers were kind of dominant in the first quarter a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Well, when
James
Horford
Harden,
got
man.
into foul trouble,
That's-
I was very worried about their bigs.
And
because
Grant
you look at
Williams.
their-
Like,
you
they
look at
couldn't
their
play
depth.
both of them.
You look at their depth in the bigs without Robert
Noah
Williams.
Vonleh, man.
Noah Vonleh and Blake Griffin.
Best defensive player ever.
They held their own. I mean, they did a great job defending Embiid, forcing him
Well,
into
that's not
6
very
turnovers.
tough. Embiid's terrible.
But you can look at the stat line, see Embiid had 26, 15, and 5 on 50% shooting. He didn't look that great. I mean,
Who?
Joel Embiid.
Well, Joel Embiid. Yeah,
He just didn't look that great.
I could guard Joel
But
Embiid.
Sixers, I don't think there's any reason to like panic over the Sixers. That's the thing with the Sixers, and we'll probably get into the Lakers a little bit.
But
Playing these 2 marquee games, you're playing 2 of the best teams in basketball. You're probably going to be, 0-2.
I mean, yeah, and the thing
Bucks
with
game
both
was
these
very
teams,
winnable.
both these teams in this game shot very well from the field as well. I will say 56 from the Celtics and 50% from the Sixers. And honestly, the Sixers, if they have production from their guys like this, other than Embiid, like the one thing that made me very mad was Embiid kept taking those 3-point shots. Embiid does not need to do that. That is for the rest of the guards and the forwards to do, because the teams will settle for that. Like if he makes a couple a night, that's not that bad for them, because they'd rather him do that, take
Get to
those
the
lower
free throw
percentage
line.
shot, than get to the free throw line or just bully them down low. And I think he needs to just not do that as much, because James Harden's there to do that, Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, and in the first game, Tyrese and Tobias played very well.
Yeah, Tobias' first half was fantastic in the game.
18 points from him, 21 from Maxey. And I mean, the one thing with this team also, they have virtually no bench scoring right now.
No, not
at
really.
all.
It's
And that's
like
going to
DeAnthony
kill them.
Melton. That's
And even
really-
then, like, still just little to no production from him.
Something else with the Sixers is their third quarters so far. outscored by 10 in the Celtics game, outscored by 8 in the Bucks game.
Dude, that's like the Browns.
It's really cost them
It's
in
like the
both
Browns
games.
in the NFL.
It's like the opposite of the Warriors. It's like
Well,
struggling in the third quarter.
Well, the Warriors are just good in every quarter.
Yeah, but there are things.
they're good in every quarter.
We might as well just transition to the Warriors. What did you think of the Warriors defeating the Lakers on championship ring night?
They look unbeatable.
I mean, it's the Warriors. I mean, you could say whatever you want about how the Poole Green altercation may affect them.
Draymond's right hook.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be anything crazy.
I mean, and I talked about the Celtics playing as a team. They embody what playing as a team looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they give Steph screens to run around. They move the ball a ton every play, and even with the Draymond and Jordan Poole drama, they still play together as a team. They still talk on defense. They still pass each other the ball and everything. They're not letting it affect how they play as a team. And I think that's something that, especially from Jordan Poole, he's been very professional about it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure.
And the young players, they're still set for the future even after Steph and Clay and Draymond are all done playing.
I mean, you got Poole, Wiseman, Kuminga, and Moody all off the bench as in the second unit. That's crazy.
And of course, they're probably going to draft another second round dude.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe Ryan Rollins or Patrick Baldwin.
They're going to find somebody.
But let's talk about the Lakers a little bit.
I mean,
the Lakers,
first game.
Something I noticed with the Warriors game in particular was that they didn't really learn their lesson from last season in terms of their offense and isolation basketball.
Patrick Beverly.
For some reason, I regret this now, took the liberty of watching every single Lakers offensive possession in the Warriors game. They had 36 isolation possessions.
Oh my gosh.
They were 8 for 32
That's
from the field. They shot 25% on isos, and they had 4 turnovers. And off the pass, I mean, not much better because they couldn't hit a shot. They shot 4 for 22 from 3. But they were 5 for 18 on wide open threes. They just couldn't hit a shot, really.
Yeah, and I mean, here's this thing. I'm not taking that first game into account too much because the second game they looked
The Clipper game, they looked good. They looked fine.
Especially considering how Westbrook played in that game. If Westbrook, LeBron, Anthony Davis, they do their thing, and then you add someone like Lonnie Walker every night as kind of that fourth option who can get you 15 plus, they could be a very good team. Because Lonnie Walker looked fantastic last night.
But I mean, something that's got to be talked about is their 3-point shooting.
Well, yeah, they have virtually
non-existent.
They have one 3-point shooter, and that's Lonnie Walker.
Well, they the undrafted. I guess is he a rookie?
Reeves?
Matt Ryan. Literally, that's
from the Celtics preseason.
That's legit their 3-point shooter. That's why he made the team was to shoot.
Doesn't
the ball.
Reeves hit a couple too?
Reeves is an okay 3. He does a lot more than
Yeah.
threes. But guys that are on your team to just shoot the ball, LeBron teams in the past, you'd have a Ray Allen, you'd have a Kyle Korver, you'd have a J.R. Smith.
Matt Ryan, man.
Literally, it's Matt Ryan. That's the only reason he plays is to just shoot the ball. And so far he's struggled in his first couple of games.
Me, though, that's all I do is shoot the ball.
But it's their 3-point shooting. Let's see, they were 10 for 40 from 3 in the Warrior game. And I want to say they were something like 9 for 45 in the Clipper game. Yeah, 9 for 45 in the Clipper game. That is horrendous.
They were minus 21 with Anthony Davis on the floor.
Whoa. In the Warrior game?
In the Warrior game.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Anthony Davis is looking good, though, I think. He's not... I mean, he didn't shoot that well from the field the first game, but second game he looked fantastic.
Yeah, look, the Lakers, they looked a lot better, especially in that closing run in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Again, for them, the third quarter and the first quarter, which is similar to another team that I'm going to get to later, really struggled, and it kind of lost them the game a little bit. But the Lakers, it's once again, the Warriors and the Clippers, 2 teams that are going to go far.
I mean, they very much could have won last night if...
They could have won last night.
They had 0 for 18 combined from Russell Westbrook and Kendrick Nunn. That's awful.
It is awful. I mean, starting backcourt of Beverly and Westbrook was 1 for 18 from the field.
That's bad.
It's just bad. LeBron.
Like LeBron can't do everything.
No, he can't.
I mean, he can. He could if he really wanted to.
Well, he's now at the age where I don't know if he can at this point. Well, I mean, he's kind of deferring a little to Anthony Davis a little bit, who, as we've said, has looked very good so far.
I mean, yeah, LeBron had an off game, scored 20, had 10 and 6, which that's an off game for him in his 20th season. That's ridiculous.
Oh, I guess a small note. Yesterday he passed Paul Pierce, and he's now 10th all time in 3-pointers.
Basically the GOAT. No, he is. That's for a different day.
Yeah. But LeBron, that's kind of crazy when you think about like where he started his career, not as a shooter. I don't know how many people
top 10 in 3-point. He's like
3-point.
top 10. He's like top 5 in assists, right? Or is he like 7?
He's something like, and he's gonna probably pass Kareem to be the number 1 scorer.
Hopefully.
Yeah, barring injuries or anything like that.
When do they play Cleveland?
Cleveland, December 6th. That won't happen.
Don't they play them twice or just once?
They'll play. I think we actually play the Lakers in a couple weeks in LA. But yeah, the Lakers, I don't think any reason to overreact. Honestly, both of these results kind of expected.
November 6th and December. Oh, yeah. Unless he wants to score 1,300 points by December.
Right.
Just go absolutely stupid.
Talking about the Laker-Clipper game, let's talk about the Clippers for a little bit.
Kawhi
Leonard returning, John Wall returning. Both looked very solid. I was just really happy to see John Wall back on the floor. Obviously Kawhi too, but John Wall.
If they get this scoring from everyone every night, especially when Kawhi jumps back up, which he most likely will, especially because he looked 6 for 12, 50%. He's got to hit his threes, but that'll come with just getting reps in and everything.
Yeah, you look at how well balanced this team is.
Zubats, that was their biggest concern, and if Zubats plays even remotely close to this, he doesn't have to score 14 every night, but he grabbed 17 boards, 6 offensive,
5 blocks.
That's who is this guy?
Zubaka. But this team is just so deep. You look at the well-rounded scoring. Paul George and John Wall led them in scoring, each with 15. Marcus Morris, Zubats, and Leonard had 14. You didn't have good games from Norman Powell or Reggie Jackson.
Or Covington.
Covington, yeah.
He only played 14 minutes, though.
Yeah.
And they still have, Batum down there, Terrence Mann, Brandon Boston.
Amir Coffey's.
Moses Brown.
Too. It's they're so deep.
Only shot 31% from 3, though. That's something they got to fix.
Yeah.
For sure. But way off P was way off. And and a couple of those did come from Kawhi and John Wall, and that's just with them getting more reps, coming back and everything.
Yes, it'll be an adjustment period. It'll definitely be an adjustment
But their
period.
big 3 is definitely solid, and then you add Morris and Zubats, and that's a good team, and Norman Powell.
I was just thinking, how crazy is it that they had John Wall and Kawhi Leonard on their second unit? That's ridiculous.
Dude, 5 years ago, that would have been the most unstoppable team ever, dude.
That's I know Kawhi was one of the top.
And then you add Paul George, too.
Paul George.
That team would have been ridiculous.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Reggie Jackson back then, too, was that's when he was dropping 20 and 7.
Yeah. Crazy. Covington making all defense.
Dude, that team would have been so nasty.
This team's still super nasty now. You got Marcus Morris.
But imagine.
That would be
2017. That's who can get? They would have given Golden State a good run for their money.
For sure.
With K Disney out there.
They still can. I mean, look, they still can now. I know you have.
They definitely can. I definitely think they can.
That's your prediction.
Especially because Kawhi in the playoffs is ridiculous. I mean, he made 8 families cry.
Yes.
And 8 fan bases just not even want to watch basketball ever again.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the next game I have. I want to talk a little bit about the Pelicans-Nets game, because we've got to talk about the Nets a little bit.
Nets are washed. Ben Simmons is so bad.
First of all, I want to say Pelicans played a great game, but
Ben Simmons is so bad.
I watched the first half of the first quarter and the whole third quarter of this game, which was really when the Nets struggled because, first of all, disclaimer, there are a lot of games on Wednesday, so it's hard to catch them all. I had my eyes on a few games.
Like Pokemon.
But this Nets Pelicans game, I watched some of the first quarter, the third quarter when the Nets were really struggling, and I'll say from the
Just
Nets,
Kevin Durant.
the Nets looked really lazy. Durant didn't even look that good either.
He had 4 blocks.
He didn't. He had a bunch of lazy turnovers. The Nets took a ton of bad shots.
He had 4 blocks.
They gave up a ton of offensive rebounds. Like
Rudy Gobert.
every time they defended every time they defended well and gave up a difficult contested shot, the Pelicans would just get the offensive rebound and get an open 3 or a layup.
Wait, did Ben Simmons foul out early? Is that what I'm getting at? He only played 23 minutes.
Well, he was in foul trouble, so he played
He's
less.
so bad.
But like,
0 for 2 from the line. Big surprise there.
I mean, Ben Simmons. I really don't care about Ben Simmons.
Wait, how did he even
With
get
this.
6 points? He only made 2 twos.
2 threes.
No, no.
But
He only had 4 points. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, that was a foul.
But yeah, the Pelicans.
It can't just be kept. I mean, Kyrie played terrible. 0 for 6 from 3, 6 for 19 from the field.
The whole Nets looked bad. Like, they didn't get much energy until Patty Mills checked into the game in the first quarter.
my gosh.
They were down 20-4 to start the game, just giving up offensive rebounds.
Negative 23 from Durant, negative 27 for Royce, negative 15 for Nick Claxton, negative 18 for Kyrie, negative 26 from Ben
I mean,
Simmons.
they just got destroyed.
Yeah, I mean, Patty Mills looked good. That's about all I can say.
But like, this says it all. And look, Pelicans, they played fantastic. They were hitting shots. Zion looked great in his return. But the Pelicans grabbed over 40% of their missed shots.
That's
They had
21
21 offensive rebounds.
that comes also with having Jonas Valanciunas on your team, though.
21 offensive rebounds. Like, that's unacceptable for the Nets.
Well, yeah, the Nets.
I mean,
they're just bad.
that was just a poor performance.
Ingram looked fantastic too. 10 for 17.
I mean, the Pels, they just looked fantastic. I mean, if they can play like this with this effort, they will definitely be one of the big jumps in the Western Conference standings.
Oh, for sure.
What game
Man,
would you
Kevin
like to
Durant.
go to next?
I still can't get over how Kevin Durant had 4 blocks. That's funny.
I mean, he just wasn't that good.
I think we should go to one of the most anticipated games and one that made me personally cry a lot. Suns versus Mavericks.
Oh yeah, the Suns and the Mavericks. That was a fun game.
Damian Lee.
Damian Lee takeover. That was not something I was expecting to see.
Ruined my pick'em, man.
But Christian Wood
Looked fantastic,
with the
man.
shrug, 16
Top
consecutive
3.
points.
Top 3 center in the game.
They lost the game because they couldn't hit free 3 for 10 on
Dude,
free
yeah,
throws.
that's what I have. Like, they did a great job of getting to the line, but
couldn't
shot
hit.
61% as a team. That's
Oh my
awful.
gosh. Dude, we have a group chat with a lot of guys that we do fantasy with and
So bad.
stuff like that. And in the first half, I texted out, man, ESPN's just rerunning Game 7 of last year.
And
How
then of
short-lived.
course, man, they just came back. And with the Suns, they started off very slow and got down super early. But in the second half, they outscored the Mavericks 62-43,
Yeah.
which is amazing. And I mean, they had more. They were moving the ball a lot better in the second half, playing more as a team.
Cameron Payne playing more because Chris Paul didn't look that great.
They actually shot well from the free throw line. I think that's something that needs to be said.
That's probably why they. That's a big reason why they won the
And
game.
Devin Booker played kind of like DeRozan, honestly. He didn't settle for threes. He was waiting in the shot clock, taking more technical shots and getting the shots that he wanted. Because he only took 1 3 the whole game, and he made it. But, like, he shot a lot of 2s, and he got to the line. But they can't get down early like that every game.
No, they cannot.
Because there's not going to be a lot of teams that'll let them come back. I mean, they got outscored 62-45 in the first half.
And let's
And Chris
be real.
Paul looked terrible.
How many times are you going to get a Damian Lee takeover like that? 'Cause
never
that's
gonna
basically what it was.
It's never going to happen again.
But look, DeAndre Ayton looked good.
Did you see the video? Steph Curry woke up his
Yes, that
son
was amazing.
cheering for Damian Lee. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, that was just funny.
But I mean, and like I think the Mavericks looked very good, other than like the second half, obviously, in their free throw shooting. But
Well,
if they
their
don't
free
shoot
throw
that bad
shooting-
from the free throw line, I think they obviously win that game. They started off hot offensively and defensively. And Luka, one thing I noticed was he did a very good job, like, at drawing the defenders in and getting his shooters open shots.
Yeah.
Like, he would drive in and just kick it out, and I think that's what they need to keep doing because his shooters were hitting.
Yeah, Reggie Bullock.
Reggie Bullock looked good. Dorian looked
Christian
good.
Wood, Tim Hardaway in his return.
Tim Hardaway.
But like, look, JaVale McGee and Christian Wood, your two centers, combining to miss 10 free throws.
Well, Christian Wood was bad from the free throw line.
Which is weird though, because he's such a good shooter.
And I think it might just be first game because he was pretty good last year, wasn't he?
I don't think I'll go check.
He's not shooting 30. He didn't shoot 30% last year.
Well, no one's shooting 30%.
Andre Drummond.
Except, well, yeah.
But I mean, and the other thing is the Mavericks. There were possessions when they didn't just play through Luka, and I thought that was good. They were moving the ball around, and they scored when Luka was not on the floor.
Which is huge.
That's amazing for them because they still like you could take Luka off and you still have Dinwiddie, Dorian, like Christian Wood. That's still a pretty good unit. And they shot 40% from 3 on 35 shots, that's good.
So Christian Wood shot 62% last year from the free throw line.
Okay, maybe he's bad.
He's not. It's weird he's not a good free throw shooter because he's such a good shooter from all the other areas.
And I mean, in the first half, like I got some negatives as well for this game. Obviously, the free throws, but like, I was watching, and there were some passes in the first half that like were very, very close to turnovers. And it could have resulted in a lot of turnovers. And also, honestly, Luka needs to stop taking so many difficult shots early in the shot clock and let the offense develop because like he was taking some of those like step back threes and missing them, and I was like, man, you like just let it develop a little bit.
Yeah, I thought he could have got a better look at the end to win it. I know they didn't have timeouts, and you'll live with Luka taking that shot because
it's Luka.
But I think he probably could have gotten a better look than that. But look, that was just a really close game. The Mavericks just blowing the lead. Stuff like that. It happens. Stuff like that happens.
And that's with having a lot of new people around you, like JaVale, Christian Wood. It's getting used to your team.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, speaking of getting used to, like, having people back or getting a new team, let's talk about the Nuggets really quick.
Oh, yeah, Jazz Nuggets. We could quickly talk about that.
Nuggets against the greatest team ever.
Easily the biggest shock of the night.
But I think it just... Like, I'm not going to overreact and say that, like, the Nuggets are bad. Because, I mean, they haven't played all together in, like, over a year. Like, Jamal Murray, I mean, he looked okay coming back. Like, nothing crazy. Actually, where his numbers? Where is he? 5 for 13. I mean, yeah, it just comes with, like, getting everything back, back into his groove.
And plus, Utah has
Jokic shot 70% from the field.
Yeah. Utah has good offensive players. Like, they have a ton of great, solid offensive pieces.
They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different people score 10+.
Like, you just look at their team. Conley's solid. You got Clarkson.
Walker
Beasley,
Kessler
Rudy
looked good.
Gay, and, of course, Colin Sexton and Lauri Markkanen both looking fantastic. Sexton just going right at Jokic. It was great to see him back after missing most of last year.
Yeah, Kessler in 23 minutes, 12 points, 10 boards.
He's coming at Kelly Olynyk for that starting spot.
I mean, Kelly Olynyk only played 14 minutes.
Yeah. He'll probably eventually start.
And Kelly Olynyk didn't look that bad either, actually.
Utah just looked great. And that
Lowry
looked fantastic.
Hey, think about it. Colin Sexton has won more games this year than Donovan Mitchell.
Who really won the trade?
Raptor Lynch.
Yeah, you know what? I guess we could talk about that a little bit. The Cavs and the Raptors. A very entertaining, physical game.
It was a good game to watch. I mean, but you can't, like, the problem for the Cavs was they got down to the Raptors at home, and with how loud that place gets, it's tough. And DG went down for a little bit. That's something that cannot
he's still out. He'll probably miss the game. He'll probably miss the Chicago game on Saturday with the cut in the inside of your eyelid. I've never heard something.
Who did
like
that to
before.
him? Who did this to him?
Gary Trent Jr.
Gary Trent played really well.
Yeah, I mean the Raptors.
Gary Trent hit some big shots too.
I mean both teams. I knew coming in. This was probably the most evenly set matchup of the night with the Cavs and the Raptors.
And we can also talk about the best rookie drafted last year, Scotty Barnes, for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 assists, 15 points.
I mean, he just does it all out there. But
I
like
mean, Mobley
yeah.
looked good.
Mobley was good. Donovan Mitchell looked
Jared
fantastic.
Allen looked good.
Jared Allen's blocks. Oh my
Top
goodness.
28 player in the NBA. You heard it here first.
Jetty looked great. I mean,
Jetty, man.
he just came in.
17.
Karis LeVert looked good. I mean, really, there were a couple things that cost the Cavs the game.
Yeah,
really.
let's stop talking about how good the Cavs played. Let's show some respect. Fred VanVleet is a sniper.
I just said the Raptors played great. What are you talking about?
OG looked really, really good. 18, 7, and 5 with 3 steals and a block. The Cavs got the ball stolen a ton.
Yeah, just the
Raptors had
just play so
15
physical.
steals.
Yeah.
And the Cavaliers only forced 10 turnovers, or 13 turnovers, sorry, where the Raptors forced 17.
17, yeah. That's also due to the lack of ball handling without Garland.
You still got Karras, you still got Donovan Mitchell, you still got Okoro. Actually,
Okor's not ball handling.
no. I'm just reading off names. Raul Neto, man.
Yeah, I mean...
They missed Rubio for sure
The minutes where
a couple nights
Mitchell
ago.
went to the bench cost them the game.
Mitchell only had 31, though.
What are you talking about? Ties the most ever for a Cav in their debut.
Maybe Cavs just need to get better debut players.
What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness, I can't right now.
But yeah.
But I mean, Raptors looked fantastic as well. Gotta give them credit where it's due, because they shot 43% from the free. They shot better from 3 than they did the field.
Yeah, because you just have those towers in there. That was the other thing. In the fourth quarter, the Raptors hit 4 threes to start the fourth quarter.
And that got them going.
That definitely got them going.
And I mean, if a good that's what's gonna suck for the Cavs if they do make the playoffs, if they do play the Warriors in the finals, hypothetically that's gonna be a tough matchup
let's
for
not
them.
go that far
because
yet.
the Warriors do know how to beat those towers with their small ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like Donkey Green, man, he's fantastic. He's just amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, the Cavs and the Raptors. That was just a really good, solid matchup.
They also let the Raptors have 12 offensive boards. That's a little unacceptable. Honestly.
I guess they did. Well, that's the weird thing with the Cavs. Even with their size last year, they never been a really good defensive rebounding team.
Yeah.
Which I always kind of found strange.
Because Mobley can't do anything.
Christian Koloko looked good too.
I loved Koloko in college, and I'm glad he's looking good in the NBA.
Yeah.
Where did he go? He went to Arizona, I think.
But some other notes from some other games. Paolo Banchero, man, the Magic Pistons, another good game between 2 number 1 picks.
I'm just gonna let you talk about the Magic.
Well, I mean, look, the Magic, they look great in the first half. I'm a huge fan of the Magic. I'm kind of sad that they lost this game, because if you're going to make the play-in game, you're going to have to beat the Pistons to do that. But
I think Pistons are just good. Pistons are an under-the-radar, underrated team, and they didn't even have Marvin Bagley.
Yeah, the Pistons were good. Bogdanovich looked good in his debut. Jaden Ivey looked solid.
Jaden Ivey, I love Jaden Ivey. Just the best rookie in that game.
Franz Wagner was good. The Magic, the Magic and the Pistons, you had Beef Stew hitting the corner 3 to seal it. Two really, I think, evenly
matched teams.
Another even matched teams. So
Cade looked solid too.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do they have? Didn't they? I don't know.
Bogdanovich in his debut 6 threes. He went off in
6
that second or
threes.
third quarter.
It's my type of performance.
But yeah, that just another good game. Some other notes we have, of course, the Knicks Grizzlies going to overtime. Ja Morant
is that dude.
Being ridiculous.
Jalen Suggs played really well. Just looking going back to the Magic.
Jalen Suggs is very good too.
That's your guy. Terrence Ross, man, that surprising 50.
But yeah, Knicks Grizzlies, Ja looking great. That block in overtime, which, looking on the replay, probably should have been called a goaltend. But
we don't call goaltends in the NBA.
But the Knicks coming back, that was a bit of a surprise. Cam Reddish played well.
Yeah, that is surprising. Julius
Julius Randle played well. I mean,
Apology
really,
time.
Really, their thing was R.J. Barrett looked bad. He just very inefficient shooting.
3 for 18. I mean, do we have to make a Julius Randle apology really quick?
If you want to.
We were so mean to Julius, man.
Well, look, he can have games like this.
That's true. We're not. Cam Reddish looked good.
Mm-hmm.
I just picked them up too.
Isaiah Hardenstein, good too.
Obadiah played bad.
Yeah, I didn't play too much either.
They played Isaiah Hartenstein 40 minutes.
Because Mitchell Robinson was in such foul trouble. And look at Hardenstein's numbers. 16 points, 8 boards, 4 assists. I mean, he was very huge for them off the bench. One of the more underrated signings this offseason.
Quickly was bad, though. 0 for 6.
Yeah, really the guard play.
Oh, my. They shot 9 for 37 from 3.
Oh, my.
Knicks basketball, man. But, their defense played good, though. 38% is what the Grizzlies shot.
It was a hard-fought win for sure.
Dude, Ja Morant, though, is just so good.
Yeah, it's crazy how they can just bring in just guys to
Santi
start for them.
Aldama.
John Conchar, each of them with double-doubles. Like,
Double.
then Tyus Jones with the big three-pointer there as well.
Jake LaRavia.
Yeah, I got a couple of rookies playing for them,
I want
too.
Kenneth Lofton to play. I love Kenneth Lofton.
Yeah, we'll see when he gets his first.
He deserves it, man. He played well in the preseason.
Yeah, the Grizzlies play the Rockets tonight. He might get a chance there.
It's fine. It's fine. Hey. The only thing I want to say about the Hawks versus Rockets is off to a good start for Victor.
Yeah, that's the thing with these tanking teams. That's another thing with the Hornets.
Oh, Jabari
Spurs.
played so bad, though.
He shot. I know he shot a lot of threes.
6 for 17 from the field, 3 for 11 from 3. Jalen, dude.
What's wrong?
Jalen Green shot 7 for 20.
I mean, that's what you'll get from Jalen Green.
At least we have Kevin Porter, man. No,
Kevin
it's not.
Porter.
Jalen Green is fantastic. I can't. Şengün played well. Grabbed boards. Tari Eason looked all right in only 15. They only played 22 minutes of Şengün.
Look, Tari Eason looked fantastic. He played a near perfect offensive game. He grabbed both of his offensive rebounds. He looked really good out there on the floor.
Trae Young looked good. Oh my gosh, they had 2 people have over 10 assists.
Trae Young and DeJounte, man, that backcourt.
And then DeAndre with 22, John Collins with 20.
They had 4 20-point scores.
Man, the Rockets might be the worst defensive team ever. They have Jarrett Culver.
Yeah.
Oh, bad looks. They only shot 28% from the 3. Oh, the Rockets only shot 25%.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of teams struggling from 3 to start. Go to a game where the shooting wasn't that bad. Quickly talk about the Bulls and the Heat.
DeMar DeRozan, man.
DeMar
That dude
DeRozan.
is so cold. He's so good.
37 points.
Did he hit threes?
He had 2 threes, missed 4 free throws too. I mean,
It's okay. He's on his Christian Wood type stuff, man.
known as Christian Wood. But yeah, the Bulls getting a big win early in the season.
Steal of
against
the draft.
Heat.
Ayo Dosunmu. I love Ayo, bro. I like Ayo.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got a fun name, too.
He does.
Goran Dragic looked fantastic.
Dude, he hit the ridiculous heaving 3 when he thought he was fouled. That was crazy.
Dread Jimmy looked good. Dude, I love it how his pictures with the dreads, dude. It's so
Dude,
funny.
and we're forced to see it every time they're on national TV.
It makes me so happy that he did that. But somebody who looked very bad was Bam Adebayo.
But yeah, Bam
Looked bad.
He just could.
Tyler
very
Hero on
inefficient.
defense, though. Tyler Hero played some good defense. He was scoring the ball like a maniac.
Strus hitting his 3.
Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
0 for 5 from 3.
Yeah.
Dwayne Dedman.
Yeah, the Bulls. That's just a big win early in the season against.
Oh,
the Heat.
for sure. One of the better teams. Nikola Jovic. They got to play him, too.
Yeah, it'll take some time for them.
Yeah,
to
I mean,
start playing. a little
Heat
bit.
shot well from 3. I mean, so did the Bulls, but the Bulls aren't exactly a 3-point shooting necessarily team.
Yeah, they don't take.
Andre
as many
Drummond took
threes.
1 though, man.
Yeah. And he was 3
Caruso
for
looked.
3 in that one
I mean,
preseason.
Caruso looked not that good shooting, but he played clamps.
Yeah.
Like he always does. I mean, Kyle Lowry, man, didn't do anything.
Wizards Pacers, Kuzma and Beal looked pretty good.
Kuzma looked good. And
Tyrese Halliburton looked fantastic.
Like,
Benedict Mathurin
The
as
Wizards,
well.
if they play like they could be a sneaky little team.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Kuzma shot 42%. I mean, 22 points, 13 boards. Like that's what I love about Kuzma is he grabs those boards.
Yeah, he rebounded it very well last year.
I mean, Kristaps, like, didn't have the greatest debut you'd want on a new team, but that also comes with gelling with everyone else. Beal, 2 for 7 from 3, like, it's whatever. I mean, they got the win. I mean, Buddy Hield, he's the Pacers off. Actually, Tyrese looked
Tyrese Halliburton,
good.
Benedict Mathurin.
Tyrese. Now I see why he was the number 4 ranked point guard.
Because he scores efficiently, gets assists, and is a solid rebounder for a point guard, too.
Mathurin, that's lucky pick.
Let's go to a game that I know you have a lot to say about, the Thunder and the Timberwolves. I think we might have another apology on our hands. Let's see, Godwin, what do you have to say about the Timberwolves getting the win over the Thunder? Come on, you just gotta do it.
Rudy Gobert is the best center in the league, okay?
Oh gosh, oh goodness.
Listen, anyone who ever hates on this man, how? He's so good. He led his team in scoring, and he played good defense. I don't, like, okay, let's
calm down a little bit.
Rudy played really good, but that's not what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on how your 2 star players shoot 6 for 27 from the field.
Yeah.
And 3 for 14 from 3. That's unacceptable.
Against the Thunder, like...
Karl-Anthony Towns is washed.
Well, see, it's going to take some time for him to get adjusted to playing more on the perimeter.
I mean...
But look, he had 7 assists. Like, he had some nice lob passes to Rudy.
I mean, because, anyone could pass to the GOAT, man.
Did you see Rudy hit that one near 3-point floater?
I like
at the
Rudy.
Buzzer? That was... You knew things were going
All right. From here on out on the podcast, I will only say good things about Rudy until he plays bad.
Okay.
Because he looked good. 7 offensive boards. Nobody else does that in the league.
And then D'Angelo Russell, Jaden McDaniels.
Jaden McDaniels played clamps on defense. Got to the line. Scored 19 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the real defensive player of the year?
Jaden McDaniels.
They got the 2 best defensive players in the league.
We can quickly talk about Shea a little bit, too. Shea looked great as well.
I mean...
32 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks.
52% from the 3, or 52% from the field. And, I mean, he didn't shoot like 40% like he did a couple years ago from 3, but he's looking more comfortable shooting it. And I think that's a big thing. And Josh Giddey looked pretty good. But, I mean, Poku sucks. Who else? Dort looked bad.
Yeah.
Dort looked real bad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, all right, let me just read out the shooting percentages from both these teams really quick.
Gosh,
38% from the field for the Thunder and 31% from 3. And 41% from the field for the Timberwolves and 26% from 3. And they shot exactly the same free throw percentage, 81.8. That's funny.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, the Timberwolves really only won because of their free throws.
And Rudy is playing well.
Yeah, you know it, man. It's my guy.
Yeah, the Timberwolves, they should be able to get off to a pretty decent start record-wise, even if they don't play that great.
Yeah, I mean...
If I'm not mistaken, they have a pretty soft opening schedule.
Yeah,
yes, they do.
They had 3 people save them, though. They had D'Lo, but D'Lo played very well, too.
I mean, look at this schedule to start out for the Timberwolves. They just beat the Thunder. They play the Jazz tonight. The Thunder again on Sunday. Back-to-back against the Spurs.
What is this?
Lakers and Spurs again.
If they don't win, I mean, Lakers they could lose, but like
5, 6, 7. They have a legitimate chance to be 7-0 or 6-1.
Dude, I'm excited to see Rudy versus Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that'll be
2 of the best big men in the league.
Lakers Timberwolves will be a
Karl-Anthony Towns, who?
But Timberwolves definitely a team that a lot of people could overreact to if they're 7-0 just because they're playing garbage teams.
I will too. Don't worry.
Let's go to the final game, I guess, of the night. We had the Blazers and the Kings, which I wasn't really able to watch a ton of. Damian Lillard
He's
didn't
back.
look amazing,
But he's back.
shooting-wise.
I'm happy to see he's back. Anyway.
Anthony Simons looked great. Jeremy Grant.
Oh, we didn't talk about the barn burner, Charlotte versus San Antonio.
Oh, yeah, right.
We'll talk about that last since it's two of the better teams in the league
Oh,
playing.
yeah, right. But yeah, De'Aaron Fox and Kevin Huerter, that backcourt looking very nice, especially from three. They hit the 11 threes combined for Fox and Huerter. The Kings hit 17 threes. Honestly, that might be the most that any team hit.
Davion looked really bad, though.
Yeah, off the bench, yeah.
I'm going to find something to complain about for every team. KZ Okpala didn't even make a shot. He's bad.
Why is he starting?
Did he start?
Yeah.
I mean, he only played 15 minutes. But Fox looked good. I like Fox. My favorite Fox moment is when he and his family wore the Avatar costumes for Halloween. I love Avatar. That's funny, though. But, I mean,
This
the
is a good game
Blazers.
down the stretch.
But the Blazers did not look good from the field either.
Got good games from Justice Winslow and Josh Hart as well. Both.
Josh Hart played really well.
Yep, good all around.
7 rebounds, 5 assists.
Shaden Sharp as well in his debut, 3 for 3 from downtown.
And Dame hasn't even figured it out yet. So this Blazers team could be a nice little 7th, 8th seed maybe.
Yeah, I mean, look, when we say that games matter from the jump in terms of playoff seeding and the standings,
It does.
It really showed with the certain matchups.
Not the
that went
Nuggets,
on
man.
so
The
far.
Nuggets don't have that.
Nuggets
that
don't
drive.
have that, but
They don't have that drive, man.
But you look at this, you have the Magic Pistons that could be big in terms of seeding, the Bulls, Heat, the Cavs, and the Raptors, the Hornets and the Spurs for tanking reasons, the Mavericks and the
Rockets,
Suns, the Blazers and the Kings. I mean, that's a ton of matchups that matter in terms of the standings.
Dennis Smith looked good.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure he did. I mean, the Hornets.
Oubre was plus 36 yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That's good.
Gordon
Hayward.
You know the Spurs going for Victor.
Oh my god. I mean, 13 for 29 from the Charlotte Hornets. Yeah, I mean, the Spurs are off to a good start.
They're off to a good start in their tanking job. But Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Nick Richards coming off the bench looking solid. For the Spurs, I mean, it's hard. They got their offense from Keldon Johnson, Devin Vassell
They had
struggled.
5 people score over 10, so that's a start.
That sounds
Joshua
like a very
Primo, man.
That sounds like a very Spurs thing.
Trey Jones, I think, was their best offensive player. 62% from the field. Dougie Fresh.
Dougie McBuckets.
Dougie McBuckets. Wait.
But yeah.
I didn't even realize Keldon Johnson had 20.
Yeah, he had
Never mind.
20 and 11.
So they had 6 players score over 10. Haha.
But yeah, overall, a very solid first 3 days
It was a
of
good
the season.
first 3 days.
Had some great games. Great
Watched the
matchups.
Lakers lose. Not surprised there.
Yep.
Actually, I was kind of surprised because I thought the Lakers were going to win at least one of their first 2.
Really?
I could have seen it.
Really? I'm not really surprised they lost these 2 games. It
Yeah, they're
depends
tougher.
on who they play coming up. We have some good matchups tonight. We've got
Yesterday.
the Nuggets and
Guess
the
we're talking
Warriors
about.
playing tonight.
So basically, the Warriors versus the worst team in the league.
Hey, look.
Why do the Nuggets?
You can play that game. If
The Nuggets have to play the 2 best teams in their first 2 games. That's not even fair.
I know, right? The Jazz and the Warriors.
All right, the Pelicans are gonna beat down on Charlotte because nobody can guard Zion on that team. Spurs and Indiana. Atlanta versus Orlando.
Look, Celtics, Heat, and Raptors, Nets.
Do the
is good.
Cavs not play tonight?
No, they play the Bulls tomorrow.
Houston versus Memphis.
Dude, there's a real chance that the Raptors could. If the Raptors blow out the Nets, I think there's a real. The Nets need to come out to play and show some.
They got to do
effort.
something, man. Kyrie's got to take over.
Because I mean, look, if the Nets play like they did in the Pelican game and just without effort, they're gonna be terrible.
I mean, the game of the night though is Boston versus Miami.
It is rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals.
You know, Jimmy is ready to just dominate that game.
Yep. For sure.
Oh wait, I took the Celtics, didn't I?
Yeah, and our pickup. Yes, you have the Celtics winning.
Crap. I'm gonna start like 1-5.
Yeah, pick 'em. But yeah,
Thanks to like 3 close games.
But yeah, some fun matchups so far. I can't wait for the season to keep on going so we can get some storylines.
Yeah.
So we can get some, good performances from some guys. Who knows? Maybe Nick Richards will average 20 and 10 for the whole season.
Stop. You're starting to act like me. That's my type of take.
But
Who was
yeah,
that one guy who played really good that I already forgot his name?
Dennis Smith Jr.?
No. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah, Jakob Poeltl played good too for the Spurs. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment telling us what you guys are most excited about going into the season, what your favorite game was, your favorite matchup, what your hot take is so far.
Never heard of those.
Oh yeah, this guy's never heard of those.
Actually, I want to see some comments on my hot takes. I want to see what you think because I do make some hot takes.
Yes.
Most of the stuff I say is jokingly though. But it's bad. Some of it's bad.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, subscribe if you want more. Go check out the link in the description below to the Miles and Goggles Twitter page.
Yup, I run that. I'll be posting more shorts. I kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yes.
We're starting back up.
Yeah, with the season starting.
Because of Bones Highland.
Because of Bones Highland.
I love Bones. It's such a cool name.
But yeah, thanks. I hope
What if I
you
change my name to
enjoyed.
Bones?
Nashawn Bones Highland.
Nope, just Bones. That's my whole name. First, last, middle.
Bones.
Just Bones. Nope, just Bones. That's all you gotta say. Just one word.
But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Miles.
I'm Goggles.
And we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.